during lockdown, when we were just able to go out for a daily walk, I started recording what I saw on my walks on my camera, and then returning home and working into a small sketchbook, quite a chunky sketchbook, but quite a small format. So working from photographs, recording what I could see when I was walking, and then later when I was able to go out and drive. So trying to explore different materials that I like to use, but such as different forms of wax resist, not just hot wax, but oil pastels, candles, different sorts of sort of hot and cold resist really into my sketchbook. Also using monoprinting, working onto tissue paper, working with inks, working with collage, and I've just found it was really helpful in sort of helping me deal with this very difficult situation that we've all been going through at the moment. So I found this was really therapeutic and very helpful. I also started stitching into the sketchbook later, and that was quite interesting. So here we've got some collage, and then I've worked into it with inks and some wax resist and some hand stitch as well, directly into the sketchbook. I've also worked on a slightly larger scale, again in another sketchbook, again working into my work with inks, with different forms of resist. Again, here we have some oil pastel resists, and here larger ink pieces, working into those then with machine stitch. These are onto handmade paper. I also worked onto fabric, so here we have some small scale pieces, again monoprinting but onto fabric this time, tiny pieces of fabric, and then I've worked onto those with inks and some machine stitch and also some hand stitch, and these are going to be attached to a small zigzag concertina book. I worked onto also larger pieces using tissue and monoprinting onto the tissue, and then working into those with ink and my bleach solution that I like to work with on my batiks. And I intend to develop some of these pieces later into larger batiks. So these are sort of really an opportunity for me to explore ideas on a much smaller scale. There's some more smaller fabric pieces. Again, these are monoprint directly onto fabric, and then working into those with inks. And I rather like the backs. The backs are now becoming as interesting as the fronts. So I'm getting quite a nice effect as the colours come through in a sort of shadow of the front. And again, I've worked into some of these small pieces, again with some more stitch. So here we've got some hand stitch on top of the monoprint and on top of the inks. I've also got some more small pieces here with tiny little bits of hand stitch. It's quite nice to change scale.